Okay. Okay, people. Namaskar, Swagatam, Suswagatam, Abhinandan, Sasyakal, Shao, Bonjour, Vanakkam, Pranam, Anyong, Haseyo, Konnichiwa, Kem Cho, Kasakai, Adab, Assalamu Alaikum. This is Rukaiya Aslam Malik in front of you all. Hello and welcome. So I tried welcoming you people in more than 8 languages, and I expect the same. So people, please make use of the chat box and write a hi, a hello, or something. या कुछ नहीं तो मेरे सलाम का जवाब ही दे दीजिए, so that I know you people are alive, aware of what is happening. So come on, people, type anything, hello or something. Yeah, I can see. Namaste, walaikum assalam. That's great. So before we just move on, okay, that's really nice to see people are listening. So before we just move on and get to the real talk about International Mother Tongue Day, I want you people to know a bit about the people who backed this event and who are those people who thought of this idea so that we can come up and have such a beautiful evening that you people will witness. So for that, I want you people to know Epoch is a literary and cultural society of Jamia Hamdard. Now, if I explain Epoch to you, it won't be as good and as detailed as to have someone who created Epoch to tell you about it. So I'm very happy to call someone who is the founder of Epoch, a co-founder, I must say, and currently working as a vice president of Epoch, Mr. Larif Ahmed, to tell us what Epoch is, how it came, and everything that we should know. So, Mr. Larif Ahmed, can we have you here?
Yeah, hi Rukaya. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hello, guys. How are you all doing? So, in a very layman's term, if I have to explain what is Epoch, so Epoch is a literary and cultural society, and we generally deal into cultural sector. Nowadays, also we are grooming ourselves for technical space. We are also dealing into technical programs and stuff. So, well, I always say this thing that Epoch came into our life as a prophecy rather than a vision. I was in my first year during those days, and I met these two very optimistic gentlemen, Tabish and Ayush, who are the other co-founders. The idea of Epoch basically came from us being the disregard of some seniors in a cultural competition. And we just couldn't fit into the scenario of losing on belief of us being inferior or freshmen. So that was it. We gave the name of our firstborn as Epoch. And within a year, we were all over the place. The seniors who earlier neglected us wanted to work for us now. Most of all, important, we got a team, a family that we could rely on. We are still, gaining day by day and department by department. So that was all about Epoch. And I would like to thank, especially to Rukaiya for coming up with this idea, and to all the team members who somehow made this event possible, and to all the speakers who are present in this event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larif. That was really sweet. So you've known our vice president, and he's always appreciating and encouraging us. You have seen it. Like, he thanked me. So I think I would like to thank you, Larif and Tabish and Ayush, for giving us Epoch, and so that we can come up with such ideas where our ideas are valued. So we are thankful for that. So now let's get into the real talk. So the United Nations has titled 21st of February as International Mother Tongue Day. But this title didn't come as easy as you and I think. So if I just tell you people, like you people just wrote in your mother tongue, Assalamu alaikum or hi right now. But once upon a time, there were some people who were brutally treated just because they were speaking their mother tongue. This might seem as a complete imaginative story that I'm making, but this is a fact. And a fact that is written, recorded in the history of the world. So I'm very proud to call Samriddhi, who is a Bengali-speaking girl, and she speaks it with such a pride today. A certain sector Bengali people, the Bengali speaking population, see 21st of February through a different lens. And she'll be telling us what are her views on it and how she relates to International Mother Tongue Day. So, Samriddhi Chakravarti, will you please like to tell us something about what you feel about 21st of February?
Hi guys, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. So first, before I start, I'd like to say that you must all of have heard about Rabindranath Tagore, and one of the most amazing creations of him is the song Akla Cholore. And I'm also sure that all the people who are present today might have heard at least one version of that song. So I'd like to say this one complete sentence out of that song, and that is Jodi tor dak shune keu na ashe, tobe ekla cholore. Which actually means that when you are correct and when you feel that you are right, and when you ask for support and people don't stand by you, you better walk alone. And that is what exactly the people of Bangladesh, who were the part of the East Pakistan back at the time, they did. In today's time, it is a very, it's a very easy thing for us to say in front of people, our friends, while we're giving interviews, that, oh, I am a Bengali, or I am a Haryanvi, or I am a Bihari. But it was not the case, I think, some 60 or 70 years back. And that is what I'm going to discuss. Being a Bengali, I understand what my ancestors faced and what they went through before UNESCO could recognize this day as a day where we all come together and give respect to the language that we speak. So UNESCO decided to celebrate this day as the International Mother Language Day, which people in my community, and if you go by this community also from other countries, they also refer to as Matri Bhasha Divas, which means the Mother Language Day. Well, this started, why I would say that why 21st February is because this particular day is the day when mass firing happened outside the campus of University of Dhaka, and people just because for taking a stand for their language lost their lives. The family lost their loved ones because what they wanted was a recognition, a respect for the language that they speak, which was given to the language like Hindi, English, or Urdu at that very moment. I'll go to the details of the history also, and that is, I'll take you back to the time of 1948. That's exactly a year after India and Pakistan got separated and we got independence. So the central government of Pakistan, they decided to announce that Urdu be made as the official language of this country. And this was done by the education minister, who was Fazlur Rahman, and he made all this preparation in the parliament. But they forgot that this country, Pakistan, also contains people who speak Bangla. So when this news got to spread into that people and that community, they said that they definitely felt left out of it. So what they decided was they would develop this meeting, and they would also develop this committee, which is referred to as Rashtra Bhasha Shangram Parishad, that is the Language Action Committee. And what they started was this peaceful protest, and they highlighted this one slogan, and that was Rashtra Bhasha Bangla Chahiye. That is, we want our national language to be Bangla as well. But this wasn't the case. That is not what the central government wanted. So on 6th of December 1948, all these development happened. The committee was done and the protest began, and it lasted for 4 years. But on the day of 21st February 1952, they decided to announce as Urdu being the national language, and people of the University of Dhaka, they decided to start their protest sitting outside the campus. So as I say, and it's also very relevant to the modern date, and that is people's protest is always peaceful. But those people who are sitting at the position of power, they make it a violent one. So they chose to open fire, they chose to destroy and demolish this community, and people lost their lives. UNESCO in November 1999, they not only tried to their best to inculcate this sense of pride amongst everyone, that you need to acknowledge that everyone is multilingual, and you need to acknowledge that there are languages which people speak and they have to be proud of the community they belong. So, apart from the fact that it is history, I would also like all of you to understand the gravity of this day. And when the next time you say that I am a Bengali, or the next time you say I'm someone who speaks Urdu, you need to be very, very proud of it. And another moral that I find is very important is to respect your individuality. If you don't respect your individuality, you don't respect your roots, nobody's going to do that for you. So it's better that you stick to who you are, and you better take a stand for it, no matter how small it is. So I hope all of you who are present at this meeting will have a wonderful time and you leave with a lot of pride and a lot of good memories today. Thank you very much.
That was so powerfully said, Samriddhi. And really, you've raised such good points. You talked about individuality and you took us to back in 1948 time, and that was really nice. I hope everyone now knows why and from where International Mother Tongue Day came, right? But now some questions are still left unanswered. Like, how do we relate a certain movement that happened in Bangladesh to present day scenarios? So for that, we have someone named Amaury Morales Perez, who I'm very proud to say has a very long list of achievements. He has been a part of several academic and diplomatic events at Harvard, Yale, NASA, UN, and many more. And last night I had a conversation with him, and it is still running on my brain. He's such a sweet person, he's always grounded and he's never gonna boast about himself. And that was so sweet. So Amaury, welcome. And I'm like waiting for you, like everybody's waiting to hear you. And so how are you, Amaury?
Hello to everyone, and first of all, hola a todos, espero que se encuentren muy bien. That is my language, Spanish, my native language. I'm so happy, I'm so glad to be here to contrast several knowledges about languages, about culture, about how the people around the world can communicate each other with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 100 languages around the world. So I'm happy to be here.
That's so nice to hear. So Amaury, I'll ask a very basic question to you. Like, if you were to explain to a layman what is a mother tongue, and like how will you describe a mother tongue, and why don't we just call it father tongue? Like, why is it that it's always mother tongue?
Okay, why mother tongue or a mother language? Everything is based about the woman, okay? Since we are in the mother, inside of the mother, we hear the mother tongue, okay? So if the mother speaks English, the baby will have the facility to speak English also, even though the child doesn't know the mother, or even though the child doesn't grow with the mother, okay? So that is the scientific thing about the mother tongue, and that is why not the father tongue, okay? Now, what's the beautiful thing about the language of a baby? The human has several senses, okay? Cognitive senses about seeing, looking at, hearing, tasting, touching. So everything is based in the face. That's why the mammals, okay, all the mammals can communicate each other without a language, just with head, with expressions of the mother. We can contrast communication with a dog, a cat, a cow, okay, with other animals and not just humans. So that's the beautiful thing about the culture of the language.
Yeah, that pretty well answers my question. And you related it to biology. That was also very nice. A very detailed answer. So, Maury, why should we, save a language? And why should we even care about celebrating a day like International Mother Tongue Day. What if a language is lost? Like we have so many languages in the world. Why should we even save it?
Okay, it's a big issue in the world. Why? First of all, we have globalized languages. Okay, like English, Chinese, Hindi. No, that the population of the people, the native people, it's too big. Okay, so in terms of business, the people needs to know another language and more than two languages. Okay, we're in a world that is so competitive, so that's why we learn a new language and we forgot others. Language as Otomi, another language like Maya, okay, like here in America. So the culture of these other languages are getting less. That's why this day is so important. We need to remember and to know the language's mother of another language, like Castellano with a Spanish.
I completely agree with you on this. And as you said, that we should learn more than one languages, and we see that most of the people when they are in school they're taught like three languages. In India it happens. Does it also happen in your country that you're forced, like when you are in middle school you learn three languages?
Yes. Actually, here in Mexico it's so important to know English because we have United States. So it's so common, but we speak other languages just for culture, as French, or for business we speak also Dutch. Well, that is German in English. So yes, Mexico is a big country with several languages. We have around 300 languages officially placed in our country, but the biggest one is Spanish, for sure.
More like as we have Hindi around India. That's nice to hear. As you said, Amaury, that we need to learn English and it's a global language and it helps us to link. We had this poem circulated and we asked people, what do you think of English? So most of the people said that English is a link language. But some of the people also said that English is a language of superior being. Like if I speak in English, so I am superior to you, or I am more educated than you. Well, some of the people also said this one thing, that English is creating a gap between the people who do not know English. So how do you see English? And in general, how should a person see English? Like it should be a parameter of something or just a simple language? How should we do that?
Okay, the importance of the English language, once again, about business. So if I know a second language that is so common, English, I will feel superior because I can contrast my thoughts, my feelings with another person around the world. So you can't. That's the problem. That we are so egocentric as humans. Okay? So that is the base of the problem. And why I love the English language. Since I was a child, around 6 years old, I started to learn this language. So for me, it was a great opportunity. My first lecture was in English. So amazing. More than 12 countries there just by the communication of a new language. And all the programs that I have been, like NASA, Harvard, Yale, everything's in English. And the people there, more than 150 countries, they speak also English. So yes, it's important.
To the midway, English is important. Like, I don't think so. We would have been conversing. Like, the only thing that we both have in common is English. And so, English is a kind of a gift. So, Mari, would you like to give some tips to people? How can they, because English is like people are globalizing and doing so much more. So, how can we save our mother tongue? So, any tips and tricks that people can practice so that when we teach our children, this language is not lost completely, our mother tongue. So, any tip or something that you want to let our audience know?
Yes, for sure. First of all, you need to love your culture. Here is my flag. I love my culture. I love my flag. I love who I am in terms of being Mexican. Okay? So you need to be proud of your country. You need to be proud of your mother tongue. You need to be proud of all that is the language. Okay? So, si hablo español, es porque amo mi lengua y le voy a enseñar el español a mis hijos. I love Spanish and I will teach Spanish to my child. Okay? Is that how I can get my language during the years? Teaching the language, okay, to the child, to the children, to everyone. Okay, is that?
Yeah, very well said, Amaury. And it's really good to see that flag. And so we should respect our culture and keep it like living in our hearts. So since we are celebrating differences and languages, so Amaury, since people are listening to us so nicely, so quietly, I would like to thank you for your valuable opinions. And I think you should also thank our people, isn't it? Don't you think?
Sure.
So,
For sure.
since majority of the people watching us knows English, Hindi, and Urdu, and the language that I know is Urdu, so I'll be teaching you a sentence in Urdu that you have to learn, so that everyone in here, you have to greet them. You've got to thank them, Amaury. You cannot do that. Okay? So repeat after me. Repeat it.
Okay.
Aap sabka shukriya.
Okay. Ab shukriya. Shukriya.
Well, that was pretty good. Can you just do the second word more nicely, like sabka? Can you just do that?
Okay.
Sabka.
It's ab sabka. Sabka. Shukriya.
Yes. Shukriya.
Right? Shukriya.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So can we just have a round of applause? Like, just open up your microphones and for Amaury, who tried to speak our language. Come on, people. Like, that was really nice, Amaury. That was amazing. So we've had a really fun conversation with Amaury, and he taught us like we should, respect our culture, keep it living in our heart. And the way he answered question, like to the very point, and which definitely describes it. Why do he is on a position where he is right now? You deserve it, and we all have witnessed it right now. So thank you so much, Amaury. So Amaury was a very good student. I might not be a very good teacher. So there's some people who actually do this work professionally. They teach people from Spain and everywhere, or from like other parts of the country, to let people know about India, Indian languages. And they are the harbingers of hope for us, for our mother tongue. So those people are Hindustani tongue people, and I'm very happy that they're here with us, and they'll be letting us know how and why we should preserve our mother tongue and feel proud. So do we have Niraz Singh here? Are you here?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank you and everybody to inviting us. And that was really good to hear about everything what we have discussed so far. And it's first of all, it's really knowledgeable, and I got to know a lot of new things about. So when and also Amaury, thank you for joining us and telling us about Mexico. Let me tell you, I have many people from Mexico, and I also yo amo México, ¿no? I also speak Spanish un poco. Estoy aprendiendo, sí, hace 2 años, pero no muy bien como ti, pero sí, un poquito. So also I have Mexican friends, and I love Mexico. If you talk, many people, many countries do speak Spanish, but when it comes to my favorite Spanish, it's Mexico. I really connect with Mexico because I feel there are many similarities between India and Mexico with the culture and how the people are so open and friendly, isn't it? All right, so first of all, before I tell you what we do in Hindustani tongue, let me tell you how actually it started. So most of the Indians are here, and they know how much trouble we have if our parents didn't speak English. We just knew our mother tongue, and like that we go to colleges and schools. So I was always proud speaking my language, but I realized when I was in college, people were just kind of stopping us in a way, like not letting you speak. India is the country where you have to pay like a fine when you speak your mother tongue. So it was just crazy. And I used to think like, why is that, when you like you can express things like what you really feel in your mother tongue because you can connect. When Ruqayya asked the question, why we say mother tongue, not father tongue, I would say that, when we are in the mother's womb, we are connecting to her emotionally. And then we come out in this world and mother start talking to us, what we have learned so far in our brain there. So maybe that's why, that's my answer. That's what I feel, So yeah, so I was having this kind of problem I was having hard time to study English because rather people are teaching, we get more judged with people and they kind of suppress you. So I don't like that at all until I started learning another language. Well, I started teaching my mother tongue like for 3 years ago, and I started improving my English that way. And that time I started learning Spanish. And what happened that time? So when you are speaking in Hindi or our Indian languages, you tend to mix a lot of English. And when it happens, people just feel it. That's good. English. Yes, there is superiority if I'm pronouncing it right. So yeah, that's happened. But when I was learning Spanish, I could not do that. And then I thought about it, like, why? If I'm mixing English with it, people from Spain or in Mexico, they would directly say, yeah, you don't know Spanish. So when we are doing it within Hindi, you don't say you don't know Hindi, but you say, wow, you know English. And they appreciate it. So then I realized like how our mother tongue is getting suppressed. So I had to do something. And then also there are like 32 million Indian living outside India, right? Then I realized that they are so disconnected with their country that they are not able to speak their language. That's a separate case, even though they don't know about the country, like basic things, what we do, how we celebrate things. And I feel that if you want to study a culture, if I want to know about Mexico, I just study about it with books. But if I want to feel Mexico like you do, I have to learn Spanish, your mother tongue. I have to connect with your mother language in order to feel what you feel. That's how we started. And we are connecting millions of people, trying to connect with millions of people with our country, with India, with the languages. When we talk about languages, mother tongues in India, there are 370 and more languages here, right? But how English, if I talk about a little bit of history, how it became that big in people's mind because of the I cannot pronounce that word. That's pretty hard for me. Like when British ruled on us, right? Instead of learning our language, what they did, they kind of started teaching people English. And what happened? If you know English, you get the job. They have left 70 years ago, but that rule is still there. You are working in a factory. You don't need to speak in English because all your colleagues do speak their language. But if you are working even as a manager, you don't have to deal with internationally. That factory is just working in India, but you have to speak English. And I don't understand why. So yes, in your case, Amaury, people think differently. If you're speaking in Spanish in your organization, there is no point until you are connecting with USA, right? But here, even if you're talking with an Indian, you have to speak in English. So that's how Hindi is getting kind of suppressed. So what I did, when I hired Indians for my company as teachers, all the interviews what happened was in Hindi, and or their mother tongue. So that's how. And when it was happening, people were just so amazed, like, "Wow, that's in Hindi! I didn't know that." I said, "Why you are so surprised? You're speaking your own language. You don't have to be surprised. Be calm." And I also have a vision, like one day when I open offices all around India, if you speak English, you are banned. You will be fired. Just kidding. Not no hard feelings for English. Of course, that's very important language. Today we are here, as you said, because of English. But when you start judging people with English instead of teaching them, then it's really you are killing your mother tongue, and also your culture. Thank you.
You have explained it really nicely, Niraz, I must say, and you have given people a very clear view of how things should be, how we should treat our mother tongue, and it should not come at the cost of our mother tongue. We can speak in English, it is important, but do not kill your mother tongue. That was really nicely said.
Thank you.
There was one thing, Neeraj, that I read because your Hindustani tongue was there on a newspaper, right? Startup News. And I read that you people teach in a different way. It's called immersion method, right? If I'm
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you are pronouncing it right.
So
you are not like me.
So we kind of just jumped into it, and we thought, why not, on like people who are here from different parts of the world, try immersion method on those people. So we'll be
Why
playing
not?
a game. We'll be
Yeah.
showing a picture, and we'll be asking you what that thing is called in your mother tongue. So the rest of the game will be explained by Sarah and Arshia, who are incredible women, and they'll be taking over. So everyone, I must say, just wake up and get into the mood of games and giggles. Sarah and Arshia, you people can take over.
Thank you so much, Rukaya. And I would first of all like to congratulate you for carrying the event so well. And you are also looking very beautiful today. So, moving on, we all know that what is the aim of celebrating the International Mother Tongue Language Day worldwide. Basically, this day is celebrated to make sure that the various languages which are spoken around the world are not forgotten, and also to make sure that the culture, the heritage, and the history of various countries are intact. And also to make sure that people around the world, they just stay proud of their mother tongue, and they should also carry within them a spark and a drive to learn more about the various other mother tongue languages that are present in the world. So, with the same observation, today I, Arshia Aslam, with my lovely co-moderator Sarah, will be engaging you all in participating in this pretty much fun-filled activity or a game, I should say, which is titled as My Language, Your Language. And through this language, we would be learning more about the various other mother tongue languages which are present in the world. So, first of all, let me enlighten you all with the guidelines of this activity, that is My Language, Your Language. So, what would happen that I hope that you all are able to see this very vibrant and colorful spin wheel which is being displayed on your digital screens. Now, what will happen that as soon as I will say, the spin wheel would rotate, and the point after completing its rotation, the pointer will stop at one particular picture, and that picture will pop up. Then I will say the English word for that picture, and after that I will ask one of the registered attendees to tell me that what do they call that picture in their most fluently spoken language. For example, if the picture which pops up is that of a pigeon, It's pretty much clear that the picture is of a pigeon. So after that, I would call out randomly the name of any one of you lovely registered attendees to tell me that what do you all call it in your most fluent language. Suppose if the picture is that of a pigeon, so I'm Arshia. I am most fluent in speaking Hindi. So I will say that we call pigeon as kabutar in Hindi language. In Hindi, we call pigeon as kabutar. So that's how it will go. So yeah, that was all about the guidelines. And also, I would like to say that since we have a lot of like the majority of registrations that we got were from Hindi and Urdu language, so I would like to tell you all to please drop the name of that picture simultaneously in the chat box, that what do we call that in Hindi and Urdu, since Hindi Urdu is the most spoken languages in India. So yeah, that was all about the guidelines, and we are about to begin with the game. So are you all excited for it? Please hype me up a bit in the chat box. Are we all
Yes.
ready?
Yes, we are. That's going to be really fun. Going to learn a lot of languages today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty much excited that what do we call these things in various other languages.
And my Spanish will be improved a little.
Okay, so I think that we are ready to begin. So, yeah, the wheel is spinning.
Okay, so the first image is of mathematics, which is the most dreaded subject for everyone, I guess, and that is what we call it in English. So, Arshia, would you like to ask someone to tell it in their language?
Syed Muhammad Abuzar, are you present over here?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, I hope you're doing good. So, please let us know that what do we call mathematics in Punjabi language?
Yeah, Punjabi language. In Punjabi language, we Jama Ghata. I think so. I'm not very good at Punjabi. It has been like 3 or 4 years since I speak in Punjabi. But I think it is known as Jama Ghata.
Jamagada.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Jamagata is correct.
No, it's not Jama Ghata. It is, wait. It is something like Ganita.
So in Hindi, that's Ganit, right? So in Punjabi,
Ganita.
I'm also Punjabi, so that will be pronounced like Ganit.
Yeah.
Ganit. Okay?
Yeah, Ganit.
Gadit.
Hanji.
That's great. And Urdu में like हमारे उर्दू में क्या कहते हैं उसे chat box में, if anybody could drop it. Okay, it's हिसाब किताब.
Hisab kitab. Yeah, that's right.
Mathematics, yeah, उर्दू में हिसाब किताब and पंजाबी में it's
Ganit.
गणित.
It is Ganit.
Yeah, Hindi and Punjabi is
Yeah.
Riyazi in proper Urdu term.
Oh, so beautiful, Riyazi. Sounds beautiful.
Actually, in Spanish is matemáticas.
Mathematicas. And in Al-Riyadiyat, we call it in Arabic, Al-Riyadiyat, if I'm pronouncing it correct. Or
Yes, Riyadiyat in Arabic.
We've already learned so much in the first image.
And also Riyadi in Farsi. Riyazi.
oh, yeah. So we got like 5 to 6 translations of mathematics.
Okay, let's spin the wheel again and see what we get. Okay, so this is a carpet, which we call in English, or a rug. So I think I'd like to call Muhammad Fida Hussain. Are you there? Okay, so who would like to volunteer and tell us first what we call it in Hindi and Urdu?
This is called Qaleen in Urdu, proper Urdu term.
Yeah, Kaleen, that's correct. And yes, Farsh in Hindi, Samia thinks. What about Spanish, Amaury?
It is alfombra.
Can you repeat that?
Alfombra.
You have to tell it's El Alfombra or La Alfombra because that's a big confusion for us.
Okay. It's like la alfombra
La Alfombra.
because yes, at the end of the word we have an a, so it's in feminine, so it's la alfombra.
That's correct. Okay. Yeah, of course. But sometimes that rule doesn't work. You a lot of confusion. Right. Yeah. All right. That was good. So Alfombra, La Alfombra.
Yeah, we're getting some responses in the chat box as well. Kalicha in Punjabi and Sajda in Arabic. That's
Yes,
interesting.
it is sajjada in Arabic.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do you say Aladdin is riding the carpet in Arabic? Can you make that sentence? I want to hear that.
Maybe it's amwaj. Amwaj. Yes.
Amwaj? What does that mean?
That's some this carpet is not like you show your hands before.
Okay, like a carpet which is flying. Okay.
Yeah.
Magical carpet. See.
And also in Farsi, it's also in Qaleen and Gilam. Yeah, maybe it's also in Hindi.
We say Qaleen. Yeah.
Okay, so let's spin the wheel again. Okay, so this time it's tomatoes. Tomatoes, right. So, Miss Gracia, what do we call it in Spanish? What do we call tomatoes in Spanish? If you are present over here.
Okay, I don't know if you ask me. Yes, right? Okay, in Spanish es jitomate.
Jitomate.
Like jitomate.
Jitomate.
Like that. Perfect.
That's great. And what do we call tomatoes in Arabic language?
In Arabic, it's tamatum.
Tamatum.
Yes. In Farsi, it's Rumi.
Somebody wrote in Sanskrit. Please pronounce it. Can you, please?
In Arabic?
Ratfalam in Sanskrit.
Okay.
Ratfalam. Yes, I wish I knew Sanskrit, and everybody should. It's they say it's a mother of all the languages. Very ancient language, and so many languages is connected with. Also, if you search about Latin languages, somehow a lot of grammatical rules are taken from Sanskrit. So really beautiful. Yeah.
Well, actually, in Spanish, it's jitomate because it is red. But we have also a tomato with the color green, so that is tomate. So that's why we add ji for the red one and just tomato or tomate.
I see.
To the green one. Yes, that's right.
Nice.
somebody has written the translation for tomatoes in Marathi. Can you please unmute yourself and pronounce it? Tamate, I guess.
It's tamate in Marathi.
Oh, tamate in Marathi. And in Hindi, we call
Right.
it tamatar.
Tomato,
Yeah,
yes.
that was all I knew as well. I learned so many more words.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's spin the wheel again.
So this is movies. What do we call movies in Samriti? What do we call it in Bengali?
It's called Chalchitra.
Your voice is echoing. Maybe you can write it.
Is it now also again?
Yeah, it's clear now.
It's called Chalchitra. Chalchitra.
Okay,
That's its motion picture.
yeah. It's la película en español. Film and chitrapat in Marathi. Am I right, Sabha?
Yeah, Chitrapat.
Chalchitra in Hindi. I didn't know that. Le film in French.
What about Spanish? What do we call movies in Spanish?
La película or peli.
Película.
Película.
Entertainment in every language. Yes, definitely. Let's see the next picture. Okay, a truck in English. Let's pick someone randomly now.
Komal knows quite a lot of languages. She knows Bhojpuri, Bengali, and Bihari as well. Komal, are you here?
No, I don't think so. There are some people who know Tamil as well. I would like to know what trucks are called in Tamil.
Hi. So I don't think trucks have a specific name in Tamil. It's just a big vehicle, so it'll be like Periyavandi.
Yes,
Also,
that's what I'm thinking in Hindi. Like we don't have that, so I would, if I have to say in Hindi, I would say "saman dhone wala vahan." That's
It is
what I
also
literal
called lorry
translation.
in some states in India.
Pardon?
It is called lorry in some states in India, like Kerala and all.
Lorry. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's also in Farsi, it's trella. Also in Arabic, shahina. Same Sidra Khan writes in the chat box.
Shahina, yes. Sidra and Samia are right. Samia, you're doing great. Taru, can you pronounce that?
Yeah, it's called camion in French.
French sounds so elegant always.
Yeah. Once there was like this joke that there was this person that was listening to a song which was actually about agriculture, but it made that person so emotional because, you know, it sounded very beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Actually, I just want to correct something that I saw in the chat that in Spanish also put camion. It's wrong. Actually, that thing over there is trailer. Camion, it's used for the big bands, okay? So we can the people get in and can get around a type of bus, okay, bus. So that type of vehicle, it is named trailer.
Yeah, we have a Spanish judge here, so we'll get to know if you're right or wrong in the comments.
Sure.
Okay, let's spin the wheel again and let's see what we'll get this time. Okay, it's a television. So, what do we call television in Arabic?
It's television. Television.
Oh.
Yes, it's same in English also.
Okay, can you please spell it like in the chat box? Can you please
In Arabic or English?
spell it? In Arabic?
Okay.
Al-Tilfaz. Tilfaz in Arabic.
Tilfaz, yes.
Oh, beautiful.
What about French, Taru?
In French, it's called La Télévision.
Yeah, it's basically the same
Yeah.
call time waste करने का device exactly in all the brown households.
Yeah.
What about Marathi?
It's Dur Chitravani in Marathi.
Oh, Dur Chitravani.
And what about Malayalam? I think Gautam knows Malayalam.
I think he's not in the meet.
Okay, he's not here right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the next one then. Mother. What do we call mother in Spanish, first of all? I know the answer, so I feel nice about this. Madre in Spanish, yes. Ma in Hindi. Ai in Marathi. Walda in Urdu, yes. I'm also learning Spanish, Samya. It's not just movies and Encanto. How do you say that, Samriti?
It's motor.
Okay. And Sanskrit has many. Saurabh, can you pronounce that?
Yeah, it's Matri, Mata, Janani, and many more.
Yeah.
Janani is for woman, na?
Yeah, actually, like there are, synonyms. So it's used for one or the other thing.
Yunus, can you please pronounce the Bhojpuri one?
Yes, it is called Matari. H is silent. It is called Matari.
And Ritika is telling in Bihar we call it Maiya. Yes. And Dipankar is explaining metaphorically. We are talking about translations and Dipankar is in metaphors.
I have one question for everybody. So we mother tongue we were talking about. So when we get hurt, we always call our mother. In Spanish as well, we say madre mia. Or not only hurt, when you're surprised. Why that? Do anybody has answer? Why are we always remembering mother? Or sometimes in Hindi, nani as well. Nani yaad aa jayegi. But also mother's mother. Then Why so?
I think when we're hurt or upset, mother is always there and she makes us feel better no matter what. So I think that could be the reason.
Yes, absolutely. So, but father, no? Father won't be there when we are hurt. We say, don't we? Like we have an expression in India saying "bop, bop re bop." So somehow, but that's
I think that's
when we
the
get surprised.
stereotypical image and not always correct.
Yes, yes. But mother one is always correct, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, please continue.
Let's keep this conversational game, which is getting very fun. Keep it going. Now this is working or work or job, I guess.
I think
I think
in
this is a
Sanskrit we call it kaj.
In Bengali, that is kaj, Hindi karya, Urdu may be kam, Spanish trabajar, and
Yeah. Trabajar, I think it means to work. And
Japanese shigoto. That's what I know. Shigoto in Japanese.
Amaury, I think job is trabajo and to work is trabajar in Espanol.
That's right. Trabajar.
Yeah.
Shagal in Arabic. What about Marathi?
Kam in Hindi and Marathi. Subha says. What about Tamil?
Pele.
Can you write that?
Yeah, just a minute.
Velai. And Taru, how do you say that in French?
Yeah, so it's travail. Travail. Travail is like to work in French. It's a verb.
The verb, yeah.
Yeah.
Dipankar is back with the metaphors. For people who don't know Hindi, dukh means sadness. So he's translating that work is sad.
I just want to confirm, is it job or is it work?
It can be job or work. What is it in Bengali? Are there two different words?
In Bengali, this is
In work,
chakri.
it's chakri. When you talk about job, it's chakri.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Amrit. Let's see the next one. Okay, so thank you. Very common phrase. What do we call it in French?
In French, it's called merci.
Yeah, I think merci and gracias everyone knows. Dhanyavad in Hindi. Shukran in Arabic. Farhan, can you pronounce that?
Yeah, that's danke.
Okay. German. And arigato, I'm not sure if I can say that correctly. And dhanyavad in Marathi and Hindi.
Tashakkur in Farsi.
Okay. That is unique. And I think shukriya in Urdu. Yeah.
What's the meaning of Babin in Farsi? Because I heard that's a funny word.
What's Babin?
Babin, yeah, you can use it to express a lot of expression when you're angry, like Babin or Babin. Is it so? Is it correct or a stereotype?
Can you write in chat box?
I don't know whether I know the correct spelling, but I will try. You guys continue.
Yeah, let's see the next one. Family. That's in English.
Parivar in Hindi.
Yeah, La Familia.
Familia in French.
In Spanish as well.
Yeah, no, I was writing it in Spanish only. That's not French.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What is it in French?
It's famille. Famille.
Oh, double L-E. Khandan in Urdu.
Khandan in Urdu.
Yeah.
Kutum in Marathi. Yeah, we are a family too. Epoch.
Yes, epoch.
Al-Usra in Arabic and Al-Aila also in Arabic. And Famil in Farsi. It's same in English. Famil.
Yeah. And Samriddhi, can you pronounce that?
That's Purivar.
Purivar. And in Tamil, Anushri?
Kunumbam.
Yeah, that is so unique because we are used to just family and khandan. Let's see the next one. I think we'll have to make that the last one as well since we're out of time. Okay, apple in English. A for apple, everyone knows.
Seb in Hindi.
I think it's seb in Urdu as well.
Yeah.
Also in Farsi, same.
French.
In
Apple in
Farsi as well.
Bengali.
What?
Apple
Apple.
Oh,
in Bengali. It's pretty much similar to apple in English.
yeah. Tufaha in Arabic. I'm not sure if I said that right. Sufficient in Marathi. La pomme in French. Manzana in Spanish.
Tufahatan in
I
Arabic.
think.
Cebu in Kannada.
Apfel in German. Can we continue a little more since it's getting very fun? Or should we make this the last one?
But we are running short of time as well. It is doctor को दूर रखने की ninja technique. Well said, Amrit. And
Yes, and for the non-Hindi Urdu speakers, that is a joke on an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Let's do just one last one. I'm having so much fun.
You have to make it the last one this time.
Okay. Oh my god, this cannot be the last one. This is not a good place. I don't have good memories from school. Okay, school in English. Escuela in Spanish. School in Hindi. Pathshala is the correct word. Madrasa in Arabic. What about Urdu?
I guess the same, madrasa.
I can't remember. I think there was another word. Yes, Vidyalaya in Hindi.
Hindi is Vidyalaya, yes. I think Urdu can be a Pathshala. I don't know.
Like coal in French, and I don't want to attempt Tamil because I'm just going to ruin it with my pronunciation. Vidyalaya in Marathi as well. But this can't be the last one. Maktab in Farsi. Okay, this was. I don't have good memories from school, so. Um, how do you pronounce that in Punjabi?
It's Vidyalaya.
Okay, similar.
Yes, it's similar.
Okay, I think my seniors are looking at the time more than how much fun I'm having. So let's wrap it up here. And we have some, I think, Samia for the feedback.
Hello, everyone. I'm the last member of the people who are hosting this event. And first of all, thank you so much, Rukaya, for that amazing intro to the event. And then also Amaury for all of the informative thing that you've told us about. Arshi and Sarah, you guys are amazing. We had a lot of fun in the game. If you guys could please go on to the link that I'm pasting in the chat box and then type in the code that is on your screen right now and give us a little feedback. Can you guys see the link?
Yeah, it's visible in the chat box. You can scan the QR code and also put that code when you open slido.com. So we'd love to know your thoughts because this was a unique event that was majorly all credit to Rukaya.
Guys, please do vote.
What is the code?
You can see it on your screen. I'll put it in the chat box too if you want me to.
I'm giving myself a feedback, so
go ahead. Okay, right now we're sitting at 100% people saying it was interesting and they learned a lot, which is really great. But I think we have more people that need to vote.
Yeah, 10 people have voted so far. 13.
Please vote, guys. We want compliments.
We include majorly me and Rukaya because Arshia is very humble and down to earth. So is Rukaya, but then she deserves the compliments and I love compliments anyhow.
And I did not do anything, but I still deserve credit for doing nothing. But please.
For making the Slido link, yes.
Yes. I copy-pasted a link.
Some encouragement too.
I copy-pasted a link. Give me better reviews.
Too much work for the day. Huh, Sandra?
Yes. I am tired. I deserve better.
Okay.
Okay.
There is another poll.
We have only 3 questions, by the way, so don't worry about how much tarif we are going to get from you. But yeah,